welcome to season number 18 of Laker Connections, the longest running show on WTOP 10. I'm not Aaron Valentino, but I am Jared Wakefield.
And I am Thomas. What are we doing, Turgeon?
Thomas, how about we stick to tradition and hit rewind to see what happened this week in Laker sports?
All right. I mean, it's pretty simple. Starting things off with some field hockey, as they went 500 on the week, beginning with a loss against New Paltz 4-1, with their first SUNYAC loss of the year. Yet they also decided to pull the Uno reverse card and defeat Utica on Wednesday by that exact same score here at Laker Turf. Jared, it clearly is like looking in a mirror for this team for this week, going from misery to victory.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you there, Thomas. I mean, let's start off with that New Paltz game. The Hawks outshot the Lakers 31-4, 22-2 shots on goal in that 4-1 loss. Erica Shabline, though, for the Lakers, the one bright spot, 18 saves, as you can see there on the full screen. 10 penalties there for Oswego. New Paltz with 1. And New Paltz leading in 6 fouls, but that didn't matter as they still managed to prevail. New Paltz, a team that's receiving votes in the National Coaches Poll for D3 field hockey. They are a really good team. Shannon Bernhardt, 2 goals for New Paltz. Miranda Britton, 1 goal and 1 assist. Caitlin Mastracco, she got goal number 8 of the season, so she was the bright spot offensively, but a tough one for the Lakers there. Utica, they turned it right around, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Utica being able to be the turnaround, really, for the Lakers. A complete opposite. Utica, they dominated. Shots 18-6 in favor of the Lakers. Casey Sims are getting 2 goals. Caitlin Jordan getting 2 goals. So the Lakers were rolling, but right now they're currently kind of cooled off in a way. They've won 2 of their last 5, and where to go from now, they have 5 of the next 7 are SUNYAC games.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk a little bit about that Utica game as well. Casey Simser, she had 4 shots on goal. She got 2 goals. Caitlin Jordan, 5 shots on goal. She got 2 goals as well. It was a really good day for the Lakers. Nancy Pagliaroli got an assist as well. 18-6 shots for Oswego, so it was almost like the opposite. But we'll come back to field hockey in the week ahead. Over at Laker Turf again for men's soccer, it was a split for Oswego men's soccer this past week as they opened their week of play with a SUNYAC championship rematch with the Cortland Red Dragons. The Dragons torched the Lakers with 5 goals on 8 shots in the first half. They defeated the Lakers by a final score of 5-2. The Lakers then sailed east to battle the Utica Pioneers. The Pioneers circled the wagons early with a first-half goal, but the Lakers rallied for 2 second-half goals to beat Utica 2-1. With their Cortland loss Wednesday, Thomas, the Lakers are still searching for that first conference win.
Yeah, and I think this is a big issue. We'll follow this up a little bit later, but they were down to Cortland 5-0 at the half. 5 goals in 45 minutes. That's about 9 minutes. Every goal goes by. That was atrocious. Kieran Gilroy got his second of the year. Brendan Murphy got 1 in the second half as well. That would be his first. But it was too little too late. You're already down 5-0. 5 shots in 5 goals for Cortland. Oswego, they only had 7 shots, and 2 of them ended up going in. And I think really for Oswego, this game there was just no communication between team defense and the goaltender, Matthew Darpino. Both of them struggling in this game against the Red Dragons.
Yeah, it was a tough first half. Of that second half, Oswego really kind of showing flashes of the team that they could be. They put Andre Borgiulo in the second half, the freshman Tendy, and he shut out Cortland while Oswego scored those 2 goals. So there are bright spots for this Oswego State men's team, but outshooting Cortland and still losing against a team that has been that strong, a team that they faced in the SUNYAC championship, that can happen.
Yeah, most definitely. And going to the Utica game, you think about that. Dan Kane getting his 100th win on his career. Congrats to Coach Dan Kane. Once again, they're trailing at the half. They're down 1-0 again against Utica. Oswego escaped in this one, I felt like. I really did. They got outbeat in the shot bell. Utica outshot them 7-3. It was even by Genrich with his third on the year. Wytak with another goal to make it 2-1 at the 86th minute, though. So Oswego escapes another win.
Late goal by Woodtack pretty much to walk it off with 4 minutes left.
Most definitely. But we're going to go from men's to women's. The Lakers cannot slay the undefeated Red Dragons of Cortland. However, they have been cruising along, winning 3 of the last 4 matchups, including a sounding 3-0 victory over the Keuka Wolves on Tuesday afternoon in the pouring rain at Laker Turf. Jared, I tell you what, Brian McGrain has got this team on something right now because they have done well this season so far, sitting at 6-3-1.
It's been a really good season for the women's soccer team. You know, this is the best of teams in a while, and a lot of that responsibility falls on goaltender Perry Anderson. She's had a great year, a 118 goals against average, 31 saves, and a 756 save percentage. Those are pretty good numbers for soccer in the SUNYAC. In that Cortland Dell, it was a good day for Jaden Galuzzo of Cortland. She had 3 points overall. That first goal for Perry Anderson, a tough one. It went off her hands, off the crossbar, and in. So just a bad luck situation there. Could have easily been a 3-0 win for Cortland there. So Anderson having a strong year so far. She had 5 saves in that contest, 10 corner kicks for Cortland. Cortland now 2-0-1 in the SUNYAC. They tied against Plattsburgh, and Plattsburgh, that's really the only success they had. They lost to New Paltz, Geneseo, and Potsdam. Oswego now 1-1, obviously with that win against Brockport.
Yeah, that win against Brockport, and then they get that win against Keuka in the not SUNYAC play, but non-conference play. They get a 3-0 win. It was scoreless at half. Oswego ended up doing their own thing in a hurricane, one would say, here back in Oswego. Rain was coming down like nonsense and all the wind coming in, but Keuka wasn't able to get a single corner against Oswego. And then compared to the Cortland game, Oswego now 1-17 in history in Cortland.
That is a rough sap. But hey, good for Oswego to be able to rebound against that Cortland team, that Keuka team. And, you know, Perry Anderson didn't have a lot of work to do that day, but she did her job. Another shutout for the Lakers. We'll call it there for this week in Laker sports, but this show is just getting on the road. When we come back, we'll pull out our maps and see where the Lakers are going in the week ahead. Don't go anywhere. This is Laker Connections on WTOP 10.
Only on WTOP.
DeCarlo on the rebound! Alex DeCarlo! Yeah, it's been a wild game so far. A lot of high scoring, so definitely tighten it up and play out that full 60 minutes.
Welcome back to the best show on WTOP 10 out on our own Oswego.
Did you hear that Bad Bunny's going to be in Canada over spring break, you know?
I heard that one.
Drink coffee. The week.
Roll it.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty.
The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of times.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
Laker Connections, your source for Laker sports, right here on WTOP 10. Well, Jared, we've talked about the past week in Laker sports. Now let's transport to the future to move to the week ahead, and boy, is it a busy one for these Oswego State Lakers.
It absolutely is, Thomas. Let's lead off with field hockey once again. The Lakers will host the Oneonta Red Dragons this Saturday. The Dragons will be the second SUNYAC game of the year for Oswego, who lost their first SUNYAC matchup to the nationally ranked New Paltz Hawks. On Tuesday, the Lakers will board the buses and head to Pittsburgh for a non-conference matchup with the St. John Fisher Cardinals. This is the only the beginning, Thomas, as the Lakers are running right into their toughest stretch of the schedule by far, almost all SUNYAC from here.
Yeah, it's definitely an issue for the Lakers. They have a lot of competition. They're 9-41-3 versus Oneonta all time, 3-11 at home. They have not beaten them at home since 2011. Oneonta, though, there is optimism. They started the season 2-5. They both have common score losses against U of R and St. Lawrence, a 2-0 against U of R loss, and then a 1-0 loss against St. Lawrence for each of these teams. So if you compare it score-wise, they seem rather comparable.
Another thing to look at Oneonta as well, they have not won an away game this year. They are 0-3 on the road. Oswego has only lost one. They're 2-2 away on the year. Oneonta have been a tough season for them. They lost 2 games in double overtime. They beat Keuka and Utica for 2 wins. Obviously, Oswego beating Utica this past week. Oswego, they've had a lot of players really contributing to their success. Casey Simser, 11 goals, 2 assists, 24 points on the year. Caitlin Mastracco, she was really strong last year. 8 goals, 1 assist for 17 points. And obviously, Erica Shabline in net doing really well for the Lakers right now.
Yeah, Shabline, as we mentioned, 300 saves so far in her career, and then could be more. I mean, you think about it. Fisher, on the other hand, they have not beaten Fisher since 2012. Last year, Fisher beat them 3-2. But also St. John Fisher coming in on a low note. They're 2-6 on the year, but they just beat Nazareth 4-1. But at the same time, fatigue might be a factor. They play Friday and Saturday this week.
But, you know, this is something that the Oswego team did last year. They started off really strong and then struggled a little bit later in the season. But, Thomas, let's head over to Max Zeal.
Let's head over to Max Zeal is correct. Moving over to Max Zeal as the Oswego State volleyball team is rolling into the weekend on an extraordinary high note. No, that was not a volleyball pun. Now winning 8 in a row after beating Nazareth 3-1. The Lakers now welcome Buffalo State on Friday, followed by Fredonia on Saturday. Jared, this is the question I have for you. Is the Toby Renz effect a reality?
Oh, man, yes, it is, Serge. I mean, you got to look at the mustache on that guy. He has got a beautiful one. But look, this is a really strong Oswego team this year. Last year, the team developing, they struggled a bit. Not the send-off we wanted to see for longtime coach J.J. O'Connell. But these 2 young players, not even young anymore, but obviously they only got 1 year of collegiate play, coming to life. Cara Simplicio out of Victor, a freshman, 168 kills, 202.5 points, and 19 triple blocks. So she's been good on both sides of the ball. And junior Georgia Ferry, she's been phenomenal as well. 151 kills, 184 points, and 49 triple blocks. So, you know, I've had the opportunity to watch some of these games this year, Turge, and they have looked so different from last year. Last year, disorganized. Didn't look like anybody was talking. A lot of chaos out there. Skylar Bouchard played really well as a libero as a senior last year. She's gone. Kaylee Troy's now in as a defensive specialist. And the Lakers, Toby Renz has really turned that program around. They have been way stronger this year. They look like they're communicating. They look like they've got a plan going into every set. They don't look like they've been caught off guard once this year.
They really haven't been caught off guard. And you're mentioning not even a key name in Sydney Schifferler. She's been another name in this lineup that has just been constantly generating points, generating blocks. Her and Ferry have just been blocking everything, it seems like. And then you go into this weekend, you look, Buffalo State comes to town on Friday, Fredonia on Saturday. Fredonia's 1-12 to start this season. That's not roasting the Blue Devils by any means, but 1-12. Come on now.
Yeah, that's not a great start for Fredonia, so Oswego looking to sweep the Buffalo teams this weekend. It's time to head back outside and put the cleats back on as Oswego men's soccer is set for a pair of SUNYAC showdowns. The Lakers start their week in the North Country Saturday against the SUNY Potsdam Bears. On Wednesday, the Lakers will go to battle against the SUNY Geneseo Knights at home under the lights. October is a big month for Oswego soccer, Thomas. Every game from here on out is a conference matchup. Luckily for the Lakers, their first 2 matchups of this home stretch are teams they played pretty well against in the past.
Yeah, most definitely. They play Potsdam and Geneseo, but Potsdam is a team where they have been really, really dominant against. I wouldn't say really, actually, but 37-19-8 all-time Oswego is against Potsdam. But I think the one issue is they've won 3 in a row against Potsdam, but you're looking at that's the history, that's the past. The present right now is saying Oswego is not being consistent. I mean, Potsdam the same way. They tied Cortland. Cortland's ranked number 13, and they shelled 5 goals on Oswego this past weekend. So that is concerning with Potsdam's point of view. But, I mean, Potsdam also inconsistent. They haven't won since September 18th against SUNY Cobleskill. So
no. And you can look at those numbers down there as well, the goal differential. So Potsdam, you know, pretty even. They haven't been high scoring, but they've been doing enough to try and get some wins out. Geneseo has been an offensive machine this year, 12 goal differential. So they have been putting points up all year. So for Oswego, you know, I think, Thomas, this is a really good way for them to try and rebound from that Cortland loss and try to, if they can get one SUNYAC win, they're pretty good.
Absolutely. But we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's going to be the second most favorite screaming matchup of the show. It's Oswego State Wordle right here on WTOP 10 coming up after the break.
Athletics. Aaron, there were 6 big points. This is the one you've been waiting for. This group has never beaten Cortland.
Getting started with some men's soccer as the Lakers had 2 conference matchups.
For half of the Lakers' goals this entire season.
Offense is key. You talked all about scoring goals.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
For the governor race with a strong lead, former Governor Andrew Cuomo is...
Barlow announced the completion of a large building mural in downtown Oswego.
The renovations on the Hewitt Union Building, turning it into the new Hewitt Hall.
And as we move into tomorrow, that rain is going to be in our area.
Moving to the Diamond now, as Sweet Caroline got a lot sweeter last night.
Life's taught me a lot, and
so
I'm ready for more.
Tallerio just informed me that you might need to edit his mic depending on how loud he
Your
screams
company
first.
could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
We've been marinating chicken in all sorts of liquids for 24 hours. These are vitamins and minerals and things that you need, nutrients. The chicken speedy is a staple of our culture.
Welcome back to Laker Connections. I'm Tommy Tellerino, and as Benjamin Kinney would say, it's time for Oswego State Wordle. I have a list of athletes from the fall seasons, and the guys have to guess who they are. If they're correct in the category, they can keep guessing. If not, the other will get a chance. Every correct athlete answer will receive a point. Are you boys ready?
I think so. I'm pretty rusty, but
Sure.
let's let it rip.
All right.
4 minutes on the clock.
I'm going to have Jared start out this one.
Okay. Men's soccer.
Yes.
Kayla Munsky.
No.
All right. Kieran Gilroy.
No.
Matt Darpino?
No. You guys can guess numbers and positions.
Yeah,
too.
but numbers too specific because that's just like name. Let's go. Do you got midfielder?
Yes.
Kyle Genrich.
Correct.
Yeah, let's go.
That is one for Bubba.
Let's go.
One for Bubba right
now. Yeah, baby.
With that said, I'll have you start out number 2.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna rotate and go volleyball.
No.
Field hockey.
Yes.
Goalie?
No.
I'm gonna go with Holly Carr.
No.
Darn it.
Kayla Mastracco.
Nope.
Oh, geez, I don't even know the positions in field hockey. This is atrocious.
Oh, come on now.
Caitlin Ollie.
No.
Darn.
Casey Simser.
Yes.
Hey!
That's correct. We got a 1-1 game. All right. Next one, Jared.
Oh, yeah, that's my ding.
The ding.
Give me women's soccer.
No.
Give me men's soccer.
Nada.
Volleyball.
Yes.
Carson Plicio.
Nope.
Sydney Schiffriller.
No.
Emily Zeisler.
Nope.
Oh, jeez. Georgia Ferry.
No.
Grace Taylor.
No.
Oh, jeez.
We're getting into the depths.
We're really in the depths here. Oh, man. Emma Fiorentine.
No.
Darn.
Kaylee Troy.
No.
No. This is embarrassing.
This is atrocious. What are we doing?
Number 1.
Jeez. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Toby Renz.
No.
Give me the head coach.
What? McKenna Corbin.
Yes.
Hey, let's go.
2-1
Come on.
Jared right now. He's going to
can't do
start off.
volleyball.
Race boy streaking out to the lead.
I can't do volleyball.
Go ahead.
Field hockey.
Yes.
Erica Shabline.
No.
Holly Carr.
No.
Caitlin Ollie.
No.
Caitlin Jordan.
No.
Darn it.
I got to look at my notes.
About a minute 30.
Nancy Pagliaroni?
No.
I butchered that, sorry.
I'm going to do the Hail Mary full of grace. Caitlin Mastraka.
Yes, that's correct.
Let's go.
We have a 2-2 game.
Bam.
All right. You're on the clock.
All right. I got a minute 22 to pass time. Men's soccer.
Yes.
Okay. Midfielder.
No.
Darn it.
Goalkeeper?
Yes.
I need to remember his name. Andre Bergiulo.
Yes.
Hey! Yeah, I knew you were going to go with Darpino.
Oh, I thought he was going to go.
All right, number 6.
Field hockey.
No.
Women's soccer.
Yes.
Okay. Grace Madden.
No.
Darn it.
Perry Anderson.
No.
Lugina Cerro.
No.
This is bad.
About 30 seconds.
Forward.
No.
Midfielder?
Nope.
What?
Defense?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Why he picks a defender? No wonder why we're only at
You said everyone
I
was
know.
good.
I know.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, 18
15
seconds. At
seconds.
least give me a
Galuzzo?
chance.
No.
Liz Myers.
No.
She's a grad coach. It doesn't even matter.
I'll give you each one more guess.
I'm going to give it to Turge because I don't know my defense
wait.
well.
Let's go
I'll give
Lexi
Turge.
Thompson.
Yes, that is correct. He ties it up. He gets the buzzer beater.
All right.
That wraps up Wordle for us. However, we're not done playing games. After the break, we'll go into everyone's favorite screaming match, Laker Showdown. You're watching Laker Connections on WTOP 10.
The Kind of Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty.
The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of time.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
Look at that, it's so sad.
Here's our weather outlets, and we're supposed to be on Saturday. And that's awesome.
Back to Laker Connections. I'm your moderator, Tommy Tellerino, and now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Laker Showdown. For those of you that don't know how the rules work, it's pretty simple. Turge and Wakefield will have around 30 seconds each to answer the 3 questions I ask. You boys ready?
Well, after last round, I don't know. I'm bad. I'm
boy.
horrible. But either way, we'll
Ready as a tomcat.
All right, I'm gonna give the first question. The Lakers volleyball team are off to a hot start under new head coach Toby Ryan. Right now, they're 12-6 on the year. Out of the last 5 seasons, they've won over 18 games in a season only twice. Is it more likely they go over 18 wins this year or under? I'm gonna leave it to Turge first.
All right, so this is one of the things that I'm going to have to stick with. Even if they do win. So there's 9 games in total left, and there's a couple games that I'm very confident in that they'll get the win, one of them being SUNY Poly. But going into their SUNYAC play, I looked at their history. I'm going to go with the under, and this is why. So there's 9 games in total. That'll get them to 21. There's 4 games here. That'll knock them down to 17, where I don't think they'll get it done. Brockport, they've lost the last 2. Jenny, they lost the last 5. And New Paltz, they've lost the last 13. So personally, I don't think they're going to get the job done in those 3 by any means. And Oneonta will be the factor in this one. They're 500 over the last 4 in the history, but at the same time, you know, it's a toss-up. It's going to be really, really close.
I'm going to toss it to Jared now.
Bubs, I got to disagree. I'm going with the over here, and here's why. Look, there's 9 games left in the season. You look at the schedule, it's all SUNYAC. I think Brockport's a really good squad. I think they're going to lose there. They've already played Cortland. But to be honest with you, I think other than that Brockport game, they win out the year. I think that the other teams, I think this Lakers squad is a new Lakers squad.
No
They're
way.
killing it, Turge. They're killing it.
The last 13.
That was the past. This is the present. Toby Renz and the power of D1 Georgetown University are here. They look like a cohesive unit. I think they got a good shot.
I don't believe this. This is horrible. This is bad.
Wow.
Win
Outrageous.
out.
You have no faith.
I don't.
All right. I'm going to give that one to Wakefield.
What?
I'm giving that one to Wakefield.
Dude.
Riding the wave.
They're hot right now, Turge.
They're hot right now. Oh, all right.
You got to ride the momentum.
I know.
All right. On to the next one. The women's soccer team right now holds a record of 6-3-1. 6 wins is already better than the past 2 seasons for them. Although they're at 6 wins, they have only played 2 games in the SUNYAC this season. Is it possible for this team to make a run at the SUNYAC championship this season?
I got to be honest with you, Tommy. I don't really think so. I'm going to say, you're going to want to hold your horses. I was all in on volleyball. I think this women's soccer team is also really good, too. They've got a lot of promise in them. But let's face it, New Paltz and Cortland are really, really good. It's going to have a hard time declawing the Hawks and putting the Dragons' fire out, to be honest with you. New Paltz is 4-0 in conference, 12 goals for, 1 against in conference for the Hawks, 11 goals for, 2 against for Cortland in conference. Those are incredible numbers to go up against. I think the Lakers, they'll probably end up 3rd place this year. They're going to end up 3rd wheel in that championship game. New Paltz and Cortland going to go to that championship game.
I think the better question was, how far can they go? Not where will they go, how far. I think they'll make it to, like you said, probably close to 3rd or 4th. But it is possible, but they got to do what they do best. They got to contain their possession. Protect Perry Anderson. She's been getting shelled like crazy, like in a war zone right now. Possess. I mean, think about it. Soccer's a possession game. You got to keep the ball. If they don't have the ball at their foot, they're not going to score. And their offense needs to be more prevalent, although mainly not there right now. It needs to go all the way full throttle, offense only.
I got to go Turge on this one.
Okay, yes. Yeah, I get that.
You brought up some good points. Mm-hmm. All right, final one. 1-1 game right now.
Oh, boy.
The men's soccer team right now is off to a slow start with a record of 3-5-1. But last night, they put things in motion to get back on the right track. With that being said, is it time for Dan Kane to hit the panic button on this team?
Are we starting with me?
You're going.
Yeah.
I say you toss that panic button right to the corner. You don't even bother touching that panic button because you know, just as well as I do, once playoff time comes around, it's a different mentality for each of these teams, whether it's soccer, whether it's hockey, whether it's basketball. Whatever it is, it's a different mentality. Records out the door. It doesn't matter. They were 4-4-1 conference last year. However, this year they got losses to Jenny, Cortland, New Paltz, and Oneonta. Last year, to end out their season, they went down 4. They lost 4 of their last 4 games, even on senior day here at Laker Turf, and they ended up going all the way to the SUNYAC final. So
I don't know, Turge. I got to be honest with you. I'm shopping on Amazon for a new panic button right now because mine is in a million pieces on my desk.
From what?
There's one big problem for Oswego right now. Who are you going to put in that? Andre Borjali. He's played well in the few games he's played, but he's a freshman. He doesn't have the experience. It's still early.
We're going to find out
tomorrow. He could have a couple bad games. Yeah, he might start again. Matt Darpino, he's a junior, but, he's honestly had a little bit of a tough go of it so far. 684 save percentage. He's struggled a little bit. Oswego, also in the goal differential, -2. They're not scoring. So I think it's time to panic. And I don't think there's no hope for Oswego, but they got to get going now.
They still have 6
time to
games
go.
left, though.
All right.
6 games.
Come on.
6 games.
The first Laker showdown is going to Bubba.
Okay. Let's go.
Bubba made some good points
TLP,
there.
baby. Let's go. Bubba takes the dub. It's okay.
Go get your
Panic
Sigma
button
Gamma.
in the shelf. But that's our show for this week. Be sure to tune in next week for more Laker connections and perhaps a Wheelhouse Wire. We'll see you next week. Bam!